here's a little secret. When you're making your navy beans, I love navy beans, use your pressure cooker. Your countertop pressure cooker that everybody's using nowadays. Put your beans in a pan, rinse them off, get the shells and everything off. When you do that, just put them in the pressure cooker, cover them with water, enough water, 2 hours to make sure they're good and done. I've already taken these out. So what happens with a process that used to take 4 or 5 hours, you got it done in almost no time. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take some yellow sweet onion. Now as far as my beans, seasoning my beans, when I cook them in chicken broth. Even though I use pork for seasoning, I like the chicken broth. Much better than a beef broth. You could do a pork broth as well. Now I cook them with onions too when I cook them in a pressure cooker. But a lot of times the onions will almost disappear.
Right.
You can't have too much onions.
I agree.
In soup beans. And you know what?
How many of these do you want?
Let's put at least half of those. We'll put the rest in the green.
What do you think? A little more?
A little more.
All right.
So seasoning the beans. So what we're doing here is really taking away a lot of your time from having to let your beans set and cook.
Right.
Typically, I'll take my dry beans and I'll rinse them, put them in a pot, cover them, bring them to a boil and let them set for an hour.
Yeah.
Now that water will go down and then you pour that off. Then you have to cook them for another 3 or 4 hours. This really lowers your time.
Right.
So at that point, another important flavor we want to impart is smoked ham hocks. So if you'll cut me some of those ham hocks up.
I will.
Just in a little chunks. You can cut each one of those into 3 or 4 pieces and then I'll do. Let me see how much that is. Oh, that's beautiful. So that's gonna cook down rather quickly. And that flavor, that smoked ham hock flavor, it makes your beans. So we got some salt that's gonna come off of that. I wanna put some chicken bouillon cube in there. And we'll taste this as we go along. We don't want it to get too salty. I'm gonna put at least 1 in there. See where that takes us. Obviously, some black pepper. You like a lot of black pepper.
I like pepper.
And let's let that go for a little while and see where we end up. Now watch your beans. You don't want them to lose their juice. And as they cook, as it heats up, we may add a little bit more. Now a lot of people like a really thick bean soup. Some people put cornstarch in there. I just like to cook them until your spoon can almost stand up.
All right.
So our beans are cooking down nicely.
I took a taste. They're delicious.
They're not bad, are they?
They're really good, yes.
Now you could put your ham hock in your countertop pressure cooker.
Right.
But I prefer to bring them out and then pull all the flavors in so you can adjust accordingly as you go along. And we're almost there on these. All right, we're gonna take our green tomato relish, stir that up on our beans.
That's good relish. I had a little bite of that.
It is good. We just made that last year. All right.
Ready?
Oh, see what you think. Is that country or what?
Oh, that's really good. Those are delicious sides. You outdid yourself on those. Isn't that good?
You know what? It's weird how you taste something that throws you, and right, no doubt about it. My grandfather.
Made that?
He put, no, just the relish. I thought about Papa Harlan.
Makes you
I
remind
don't know why.
Okay.